Well, that was absolutely crazy because I didn't touch anything. And yet you told me that they had muted me. And at the moment on the screen, it's converting the old bit and now recording the new little bit. So
how was that? Oof, it felt powerful today. Yo, man, alive.
what on earth is going on here? Okay, let me just stop that over there.
It will convert after we finished. Convert. Covert operations is what they're saying.
Yeah, I felt that somebody was pulling the strings of Netanyahu. It was orchestrated, and the powers that be want the division there. They want the hatred to continue. They want it to be divided when it can be so peaceful.
Sure. They haven't disconnected from me yet. There's more information. Are you ready for more? They're
Go
asking,
for
do
it.
you want more?
Yeah,
Okay.
I need to know as much as we can get. So now that you're back in that beautiful space, that you've left that all those spring flowers and you've been beamed up and you're in the mothership and you've got the Nordic there in that beautiful flowing gown. How do they see this playing out now? How much longer do we have to go through this turmoil?
2 more years. 2.
So 24 and 25.
Yes.
So halfway through 25, we should be coming out.
They're saying the next 3 to 6 months. And they're saying that this is a challenging time, a deflective time, a time for humanity to wake up. We have been called to wake up. We know this. This has been shared through many different channels. This has been shared through many different, what we would term, social media platforms. And it is all about our wake up, which is bringing the shake up. And they're saying so many of our thought forms that we once thought were the formation, four is a powerful number. Formation. They've shared this with us before. And the more we focus on the 2024, there will be a few kinks, a few bumps in the planetary alignments. And as Pluto is leaving the equation, this is where Pluto brings massive, massive, massive change, uprising, changes, division, separation. And in the formation of the transformation of 2024 is where we will start to reclaim back ourselves. We will start to make different, and they're showing me conjunctions. In astrology, we talk about conjunctions. And in the different conjunctions of the different alignment of the different planets, of the different beings, of the different spaces, of the different humans, which is all in the conjunction, Jill. It's all written in the mathematical equations of what is now being conspired. Yet in the conspiracy and the hold on. They're saying they want to get this word right. Conspiritual. Here they said that. Spiritual. Many of us have been conned.
Don't we just love it?
They're saying, yep, they are now calling out even the cons within the spiritual planes. As many of us have been theorized, and this is not a time where we are here to speak about different platforms only. They're saying that we are here to share upliftment. You and I are here to share upliftment.
Well, it wasn't very uplifting today.
They say no, it hasn't been. Yet they are here to share the truth of what is through us, as we are the truth seekers. You have been told that you are the voice, have you not?
Correct.
I have been told that I am the truth. And in this display of being the humans that we are, when one is sharing the play, when one is sharing the dramatics, when one is sharing that we are no longer the puppets of what we have been wanting to be, yet have been hiding ourselves. So we are being now redirected into a different light. And no, hence they talk about spiritual. Many humans have been told that being spiritual is a certain way. Yet they're saying that when we push against the grain, I have been one of them, you have been one of them, we have pushed people away from ourselves, and they're saying this hasn't been easy for us. Yet we have our own way of standing in our truth, and they're saying it's very important for those that are even connecting into this field of light, that even as we are sharing our sharings individually, yet together, that those that are connected into this space are refinding themselves as we bring a different mathematical equation to this space. So they're saying that this has not been an easy, transformational. And they're showing me the scrolls. And they're opening up the scrolls. And they're saying that the scrolls are being rewritten, yet have been buried very deep. You and I are well aware of who we have been speaking to with regards to the scrolls.
Yes.
And they're saying, yet we all are rewriting our own scrolls. And they're saying that this is how far back this ionized, crystallized, galvanized, yet reharmonized space needs to be. We need to reharmonize. We need to rewrite our own testaments. We need to rewrite our own books. We need to rewrite our own scrolls. So and they're showing me two very different spaces in time. When they dip the ink,
Into the ink, yeah.
Yes, and they write, and it was a beautiful time, and yet you could smear it. If those scribers didn't write particularly and take their time to write, if their hand went over it, it was smeared, and they needed to rewrite it. They're saying this is what's happening with us. Many of the truths have been smeared, and now we get to rewrite. Hence the galactic term of truth has been shared today. And they're saying thank you for holding space. They know this wasn't easy for you to hear what was to be shared. For me, it's been easy. And they're saying that we will re-find our stability after this moment in time. And they are soireeing us. When you bow down, they are soireeing. They're saying, in their being of service to us. They are honoring us within this collective. They're saying that this was, and they're smiling. And the Eye of Horus is still blinking. Wow, Julie. I am seeing so many spaces of the hieroglyphs. Many, many, many that are written in the formations in the rocks, in the tombs. And we will be taken back to the wombs of where our pods once landed.
Wow.
And they're saying that, hence do you see how we are being upgraded. And they honor us in this soiree, in this dance. And they're showing me, you know, when you watch ballroom dancers that have that beautiful long skirt, and they are upright and the man holds the woman. And if you watch the skirt, it hardly moves. They don't go up and down. They just soiree around the dance floor. And they're saying that this is where we are finding a new dance as us as humans. And they're thanking us for doing this, for showing up. We have no idea what is coming, yet we do. Our souls are embarking on this journey of a gravitational pull. Hence, those that are being there are there. Those that are meant to be there are already there. Those that are landing within this plane know that this work is important. And again, they are bowing down to us collectively. And they're saying, please accept their honor and their grace from Spirit.
Thank you so much. Do they mind if I ask just one question before we end this?
Please go ahead.
So I shared with Michelle a dream that I had and a message from Yeshua. Could they maybe share the significance of that dream, as you've mentioned a bit of it in this transmission today?
Saying, believe it or not, in many, 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 many centuries ago, Yeshua was of the golden light, the Christ consciousness. And this is where there is a change of being seen inside of you. Hence, they're showing me, you know, when you drop a pebble into a beautiful crystalline or a beautiful lake, you know how you have the blue waters. I think it's called the blue waters just down the road from you.
The blue pools.
The blue pools. And you go and you drop a tiny pebble and it brings a ripple effect. Yet you can watch it go to the bottom depending on how deep you drop the pebble or watch it go down. They're saying, think of those blue pools and think of how crystal clear everything is. That dream was to show you that you are becoming crystal clear in your crystalline form. This is not a time to think that you are murky. Hence your connection, and it's by no default that you have lost that one book and that you are they say refinding your scribblings or your scribblings. They're saying much has been scribbled through you, has it not?
Yes.
And as you are refinding the works of once was what was written through you is now you are becoming that true connection of source. They're saying, does this answer your question?
It really does answer the question. Thank you. And
they're
a
saying,
last
please
message.
find the time to rest. And they're saying, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
That it is important that we disconnect after our Christchurch Expo from social media.
Yes.
You and I have both been feeling the calling. It is a time to disconnect from all platforms, to regenerate, regenerate, regenerate. A generator cannot go on and on and on and on and on and on when they are talking and talking and talking.
Are we allowed to talk on the plane? So they want us to get energized for Egypt.
Correct.
Mm.
So they're showing me 4 days before we go to completely disconnect. Put out emails, put out messages that will bring us back to our sourceful selves. Yes, we can talk. There is much excitement to be had. And many of us are feeling pulled that are on this journey of transcendental change. When one goes to the dentist, one has extractions, do they not?
Sometimes.
At times, correct. Or cavities filled. So when one is on a transcendental change, or even a cleanup, some of us go for a cleanup, and then we are squeaky clean. We can do this with our mouth and go, that's nice. Nothing on there. It feels clean. This is what we are going through right now. And they're saying that they're referring to the teeth, because isn't it interesting that in a fire, the teeth are the only things that can be found. Hardcore. We are hardcore. So we are building up. Yet many of us are feeling the transcendental changes. So they're referring to the dentist as some of us feel as if we are having teeth pulled by our partners, by humans that are in fear. Those that are on this mission know that this is the time of change. Those that are going forth, it is not only about us that are embarking on this journey. Many are feeling the call to be. And as we are feeling the call to be, the energy is drawing in, hence the transcendental change. We thank you.
Thank you so much for coming through. That was very interesting. Really appreciated that.
Transformation, please. Call this transformation.
Transformation. Thank you. And are we now complete for today?
We are. Thank you, Jill.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And with that, could you, Michelle, come back into your gorgeous self? Well, that was the most discombobulated session ever. We've actually got the first half of the session recorded. Then everything bombed out. They completely muted me, although I was on the screen, it said unmuted. I was just muted the whole time. And weird. So weird.
That was a strong I just remember, I don't know, I remember that chant. And is that when you went out? Is that when you...
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm quite intrigued. I don't know about you, but it's very seldom. I think I've watched maybe 2 of our sessions in the last, sounds terrible.
Oh, no, I'm the
But I
same.
just believe that the information comes through and it's shared, but I feel like this one I've got to rewatch. That just felt incredibly strong. And I saw, in those big crates, I saw all the ammunition, massive and buried deep, 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 deep down.
Mm.
Um, like,
So much hatred in each bullet, eh?
yo, man, you're right. That is actually a very dire way of putting it, but you're right. That's the truth, isn't it?
You get me and I'll get you, and I'll got you and you'll get me. Tit for tat, tit for tat. What happened to communication? I mean, we in the world, it's 2023. This is not barbaric,
I
crazy
know.
cavemen,
Yeah.
and yet they're still acting like cavemen.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful piece of land on both sides. Bring it together, live in harmony, support each other.
Yeah.
You're humans.
Well,
Support each other.
I know, Julie, we went to, where we went for coffee when you came here to Little Dove Cafe, where you parked your big van? And it's that little corner space. And Brent and I decided to go there for a coffee this morning. And the owner is married to an Israeli woman. So I just said to him, look, how, any family. And he said to us, he said, unfortunately, there's been loss already on, that they've heard about. And he just said, like, what's greed never gets us anywhere, ever, 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 ever.
But to
And
cut off food and electricity and supplies, medical supplies, everything, and then bomb the actual, what was it, the harbor, so that food supplies can't come in. And yet Israel can get more weapons of war and a whole carrier with all fighter jets to come in and bombard those that have got such a little anyway. It's so sad. It's so sad
it's
on both
devastating,
sides.
really. It's devastating. And I mean,
there are no winners. There's just no winners.
no, well,
Maybe this had to happen to wake up the whole of humanity and say, well, hold on. This is not how we choose to live.
yeah, I know, but it's like, why do we have to go through this wake up as part of the way I think about it? I mean, my niece I literally sent her a message this morning, and
In Israel, she's been called up, hasn't she?
she's
Hey.
waiting to be called up, yeah, and it's devastating. She's young, and it's like,
And I've got an uncle in Israel and a cousin.
yeah, and many years ago when I spoke to my sister, when I first met my sister-in-law, and I was I think, I don't know, I must have been 18, 19 when I think my brother and her met. And she said it's what they taught. They go, as soon as they finish school, they have to go and do 2 years. And my head couldn't comprehend it.
Yeah.
And even she said to me now, she said, I sent her a message of hope and love, and she said to me, it's different when it's your kids,
Very different. Very different. Imagine if it was Katie or Gabs or George.
I can't comprehend
Max.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like she said, it's what they are seeing, even when they come out of it. And I said to Brent, and now I'm starting, how we both work with intergenerational trauma and the ancestral trauma, and I've been feeling this real heartache for my dad, because my dad was a soldier of war, and he was a Rhodesian soldier, and he was like 18 or 19 years old.
And saw the atrocities that he saw.
And what he's 100%. And it's just like, and I mean, what am I now? I was going to say I'm 30.
You're living in a time warp, that's for sure.
Yeah, come out, Michelle. Like, hello. Like,
you and me both, 30, babe. And you go, next week, Jill Cole's 65. Yeah. Welcome to the Gold Club.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, like, just to think about it is like the devastation. And I know that how much devastation we went through as kids. And I feel for my oldest brother because he's 3.5 years older, and I can't even begin to imagine how much this must be bringing up for him, as imagine sending your daughter, waiting, and I just can't. I can't begin to comprehend
why,
it.
if you think about it, when it
Yeah.
could have been prevented.
Yeah.
But the
Exactly.
governments can stop it like that.
Yeah. Well, that's what this gentleman was saying this morning. Is like, couldn't they have just waited, like, as opposed to just going, boom, let's just retaliate. We're now in war, But the Israelis, in my understanding, I don't know enough about the history, they're a tiny country, but that's what they're known for, is they're strong in their military gear. And it's just like,
how sad that you've actually got to have a military to start with.
I
really,
know.
really.
I know.
Somebody said, oh, who said this to me? Mary said, if women were leaders of all the countries, we wouldn't have war.
Wow.
Because we've given birth. We've had to nurture that little human from tiny. We know what it's like to be a mother.
True.
We would use communication.
So
we don't
true.
have that testosterone to kill and annihilate. Yeah. She said it's time for the feminine to rise again.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a big part of what is happening. And but even just thinking about when they were taking me to the time of the Nazis, and I could see the Roman soldiers, with that, with those heads and and they had that protection, and it's just a time of, and I think you've shared this in the discourse, haven't you? Or you saw it also like 2-3 years ago, hey, where you saw that this was a real rocky time.
2025 big change, 2029 total change.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they said to me. But then again, they said, I was told by Shihara 2026 to Egypt. Actually, but that wasn't from my guys. That was from Shihara.
Yeah, and I think it's important that that we know that we can shift the timelines, because look how quickly this has all come together for us, this Egypt trip, And while we're here, guys, if any of you are keen, Chantal has given me permission, if you don't mind me sharing this with anybody, because I know you've had people saying, how can they help in this mission?
Yes.
So I'm just going
to... our mission. It's the world's mission.
Yeah.
That's why we've got the worlds behind us today, guys, our planet. And Michelle and I are joined, look, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we're all living on this blue planet.
Yeah. Where is it? I'm checking my finger. Yeah.
I can't do it.
No, I know. Hold on, wait. We gotta get this right. Hold on.
Okay, my finger, see.
Wait, how did you get your finger there? Gotta come forward. There we go. Ding.
Ding. Pinky promise.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that you can tell them about Chantal and how to contact Chantal.
Yeah, so our lovely friend Chantal is putting together a private Zoom meditation, guys, and I'll put her details underneath, on October the 26th at 7 p.m. Egypt time, okay? And the goal is to pull our energies and to hold virtual space on the Gaza Plateau, and to create an energetic rainbow portal.
Not the Gaza Plateau, the Giza Plateau. You've got Gaza on your mind.
Yeah, she's written Gaza. Isn't that interesting? Gaza.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I was just thinking. Now, this is fascinating because...
maybe the Gaza and the Giza Plateau at the same time. Mm.
Well, Chantal, just out of interest, wrote this email 3 days ago. So that's interesting, because she wrote the Gaza Plateau, and to create an energetic rainbow portal, as per your suggestions, which is a part. What were we guided in yours?
To do that whole thing, just like we have with this half around behind us. It was like that around the pyramids and over the Giza Plateau. But what if she actually did the meditation of that energy, not only for the Giza Plateau, but to have that energy join Gaza?
Well, that was as I was reading that, I was like, oh my God, she clearly was writing from what was being downloaded to her. So her email address, but I'll also put it, and Julie can put it on her platform too, is Le Blanc Chantal, BLANCCHANTAL 70, the numbers,
70.
70 at gmail.com. Okay, and
Okay,
Chantal's
so
been
Le
kind enough
Blanc
to put,
Chantal 70 at gmail.com.
yeah, Le Blanc, beautiful,
Yeah,
at Gmail. Yeah,
the white.
oh, that's
And
beautiful.
the white holds all the colors, every hue, every
Beautiful.
nation.
That's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, if you want to connect into that, that'll be awesome because we're going into one of the pyramids or one of the beautiful spaces. Like, I don't even know where we're going.
It's a secret, top secret.
Yeah, top secret.
We'll
It'll
be in the
be,
Giza Plateau.
it'll be, yeah, it'll be unfolding as we are shown. Hey, I think. But it'll be wonderful to have your energy there and connect with us. And if you can't join Chantal, just on the day of the 26th, just send energy towards Egypt. Obviously, we're sending energy towards Israel, the Gaza Strip, the Palestinians. Just keep sending love and peace, guys, because we're all in this together. And yeah, Julie, it's been a heavy few days.
Sure.
You know.
I know I didn't sleep the other day. I couldn't get to bed until like 4:30 in the morning. I thought, what? You know how when you have those nights and you say, go to sleep, go to sleep. And the more you say go to sleep, the more you can't. Half
I
past
hear
four,
you.
I looked at the clock thinking, what's the time? I haven't fallen asleep yet. 4:30.
Wow.
Crazy, eh?
Yeah. It
Anyway,
has
last
been.
night I slept, which was absolutely wonderful. That's why I'm a box of birds today.
It does make a difference.
And it's a
Hence,
beautiful day here. It's just
yeah,
stunning.
here too. But yeah, it's going back to a space of gratitude
We are
and
so lucky we're not in that war zone, Hamish. Sorry, interrupted you.
no, not at all. But it makes sense as to why we've been guided to Africa. Because remember, they said Africa was going to be in darkness.
And that we're going to
And
be in Egypt with Palestine and Israel right on our border. We're going to be able to send so much energy there.
we just can't make this shit up, man. You just can't.
At this time. We're going
No.
to be there in a few days, like
Yeah.
23rd.
I know. 24th we land. We leave on the
Yeah.
23rd, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's just today I'm feeling very solid. So thank you for this because it just felt like the energy that they came through with today. And I kept seeing the Eye of Horus. What's the Eye of Horus? You know
Well,
about the Eye of Horus.
yeah, they actually said to me that the actual eye has been so misunderstood for so long, and that almost like you call them the baddies have taken it over and given it almost the sign of the Illuminati because they know the power behind it. But that is the key to enlightenment. That is like the gate, the stargate that you go through, that you open up. Because it's the all-seeing eye, the eye that sees everything, and it is the I am.
Okay, got you. Because it also represents protection, health, and restoration. That makes sense. Okay. Wow, that's beautiful, hey?
And when we go to Egypt, we're visiting, as one of the little treats, they said a gold and silver jewelry making ancient place.
Wow.
I'm going to get myself an ankh.
Beautiful.
Because they
That's
said
really
even
beautiful.
if anybody draws the ankh or even has a painting of an ankh or even goes online and prints it out,
Yeah.
actually just put sellotape or whatever on the wall or has it next to their little desk, the power of that symbol, because they used to hold that. And that unlocks your light. That is your light code. That reminds you, oh, my whole body. That reminds you of who you are, that you are a being of light. So be the light. Be light. Don't be heavy. Stop dragging ourselves around. And remember who you are.
I know. And that's what we're all walking towards, I believe.
Yeah, we keep forgetting,
I think it's so easy to sit here and profess and, when we're having a good day. But I know 2 days ago, I just couldn't hold my shit together. I just couldn't, and I know, I speak of Amanda Ellis, who I just love. And she's also said she's felt the same. She's just felt heavy,
Very heavy.
Yeah, and we all feel that. We feel the collective, we feel into the energy of the oneness. And being light comes in many different ways, in many different I believe in many, like it was our wedding anniversary yesterday,
No, in
and
different waves.
in different waves. That's true. Yeah, so true. And I thought, oh, I'll have a
Waves meaning a vibrational wave.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And
But
when was your wedding anniversary?
yesterday,
Happy anniversary.
thank you. And Brent and I decided to go for like a late afternoon like drink, and I had an Irish coffee. Well, I had 3 sips of it, and I was like, like I was like, and I just realized that it's a part of my preparing for my body, and my body is just not enjoying alcohol. And it's something that we're taught to socialize with and taught to be a part of, um, and it's just interesting. It's just an interesting time for me, and I think that this is part of what we're all learning, is that we all have those parts of ourselves that are coming back to ourselves, and I'm learning that what is my body like? What feels good for me? Not what feels good for others, because I most certainly did that my whole life.
Yes, and do you know, when I went to the lake the other day and I saw this mommy duck, and she had about 10 little ducklings behind her. Tiny, tiny little fluff balls, right? And the bad weather was coming in. So on the lake, we were actually getting waves. And as I approached, the mommy duck was getting a bit nervous because I had Ted with me, and she was trying to get the ducks to go onto the lake, and the big waves were coming in like splash, and then they would be like this, all bedraggled and trying to follow her. So Ted luckily hadn't seen them, so I got him on his leash and walked all the way around and popped him in the car, and then went back and took this tiny little video, and I put it on my Facebook page, saying something like, what a great day to be alive, or something like that. And somebody came and said, every day is a great day. And I thought about it, I said, no, I thought to myself, that's absolute bull dust.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
every day is a great day to be alive.
No.
And, like, be grateful, you're alive. And I went, actually, no, some days are pretty shit.
Good for
Some
you.
days are actually pretty shitty.
Yeah.
And that's why when I see a fabulous thing like that, it is a great time to
You
be
take
alive.
those moments, exactly.
Because how would you know that it's not a fabulous day unless you've had that shitty day? And to say
Yes.
every day is sweetness and light, what a crock. What an absolute bloody crock. You know what I mean? And then that's like...
Sorry, tell me how you really feel, Michelle.
No, but Michelle, that's like...
I know, that's kind of...
spiritual.
Yes.
Conning
That was
the...
incredible.
Yeah, that was clever. Conning the spiritual. Oh, I'm so spiritual. Every day's a good day to be alive. No, it's not.
No.
Sometimes I've had enough.
Yep. I know that is, and you know what, that has been a big part of what I know that we've both been walking towards, is saying, like,
Truth.
I've been confused sometimes. I'm like, am I losing my head? Am I losing my shit? Because we're here to be human first and foremost,
Absolutely.
And how can we be, are you telling me that these masters, the late Wayne Dyer, Louise Hay, I think even Tony Robbins every now and again has an off day, if you watch him, we're allowed, because we feel for the collective. We feel, sometimes I get really annoyed at just human beings, like pissed off with life, where I'm just like,
but we couldn't, but Michelle, we couldn't, first we've got to help ourselves before we can help others, unless we've been through so much shit. How do we even know what those other people are feeling like? Yeah. It's like almost like saying, okay, I've had shit on my shoe, and this is how I got rid of it. First I got a stick and I got the major part of it. Then I ran it under the tap, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying that's how it works, right?
Yeah.
Literally. But because you and I have been through so much, people assume we've had love and light and everything's great, which is, it's not the guy who's wanting to make you tea, buddy.
Sorry, no, he's just asking me if I want something to drink. Yeah,
yes, please.
Sorry,
I'd love a cup of tea.
Sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you there. He just popped in twice, and I was like trying to,
But you see, Moshi, I think some people assume that this has always been easy for us. But I've had a rough time. I had a rough time for a very long time. But the day that I stopped throwing the pity party and I woke up, changed everything. But everybody gets there in their very, very own time. And I think all we are here as, I can only speak for myself, is like a cheerleader saying, hey, I've run that race before. I grazed my knees, I fell, I twisted an ankle, I was in a sling for a week kind of thing. It was rough, but hey, look, I'm still here.
I know, and you know what, you're making a very valid point, because I still every now and again, like, when was it, yesterday or the day before, I was like, I'm going to freaking have a victim day. I'm going to have a day of just being in my victimhood, because
Sorry
I was
for
really
myself.
feeling, but I was feeling for the collective, I was feeling for my brother, I was feeling for the shock of what was going on, and I was just having an effort day, you know, like, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. And it wasn't the whole day. There was moments in time where I just thought, it's okay, you know, because a big part of us that are going through these shifting and changing, we are changing the dynamics of what once was, of what our parents have, you know, like this morning I woke up and I was like on fire because I hardly slept last night due to the possum and my husband snoring. And so he's trying to kick me out of bed. He's trying to, because he's very dramatic. He's like, you know, he goes, when's the coffee coming? I go, do I look like I'm your maid? And then he went, oh, you're on today? And then I went, yep, my mother's here today, Veronica. Again, Veronica did not say SH1T. Veronica Fatni Kakni, where? And for those of you who don't know what Fatni Kakni is my mother didn't tolerate SH1T at all. And then he looked at me and he went, okay, good morning. And I'm like, okay, I've had my little rant, I've had a little moment, but I could just feel that there was just this process that we're all going through, because that's a big part of it, Jilly. We feel for others, you know. And I've been questioning myself, like, wow, when are the tears going to stop? Like, when am I going to stop just crying for? And I don't know.
It's just crying for humanity, isn't it?
I know. I don't know if we'll ever have our SH1T all together. I'm hoping. Like, I'm kind of.
I don't know. After Egypt, I'm going to be a saint.
Good for you.
I've decided. That's it.
Good for you.
I'm going to get wings. That's why I wore white today.
We're levitating.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Funny?
Imagine just so levitating over the pyramid, woo, and then going down and saying peekaboo.
You know what? Speaking of Mary, listen to this. So yesterday we chat, okay, and we love Mary. I mean, guys, Mary is just the absolute best. She's a saint in herself, but we love her because she says it like it is. And
she's in her 70s. She's got years of wisdom.
Yeah, and she's a clairvoyant or psychic medium, and she's trained with some of the best. And she said to me yesterday, Mesh, and now she's starting to tell me what's coming up in Egypt and what she's seeing. And I'm like, oh, have you been there? She goes, yes. She says, I've been in the pyramids and I see the little beings and I see them with big hats on, and then something changed about 2 minutes later, and I said, oh my God, when were you and Sharpie there? She goes, what do you mean?
She's never been there.
She's never been there. No. She said, Mish, I was there. I was in the pyramids as I was giving you this information. And that's how we are shifting. It was just fabulous. We both packed out laughing. And then she just said,
she went there without having to take the long flight or pay for the ticket.
She said, I was just there. Isn't that incredible, hey? But that's a big part of us. I'm so excited for us. Man, there's some beautiful humans that we're going to actually meet in the physical. Isn't that incredible, hey, Jilly?
I can't believe how lucky we are. Can you?
No.
I mean, Egypt's been a dream of mine since I was little.
Really?
Yeah, I've always been drawn to Egypt.
Actually, I'm going to change it. I can't believe how lucky we are. I can.
No, but I'm even going to get luckier.
Good.
Lucky's my first name. Lucky Jill Cole. You know, they usually say, my second name is, Lucky Jill Cole. How's that?
I love that. Bring it on. Bring it on. Okay,
Don't know how
guys.
lucky
Thank you for listening to us ramble on once again. Oh, we're going into a session
you're
quickly,
going
Jill.
into session, girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Thank you for today.
off you go. Thanks, guys.
Guys, may we just send the love to Egypt, to the Gaza, to the Palestinians, to all the people.
And what did they
Just
say
send
this is
love.
being called? Transformation. What?
I think it was transformation.
Okay,
I
cool.
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Enjoy your session.
Bye,
You
guys. Love
guys.
you. Bye,
Bye.
Jilly. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.